Hello, everyone. Very good afternoon to you. You're welcome to Be Frank, the most favorite podcast that talks about Christian values and trying to change the narrative in our society. Today, my name is Smart Teacher Nixon. You can call me Mr. Nixon for short. In the next 2 hours, we're going to have a very, very good conversation around the cheating pandemic. Last week, when Apostle Francis held a fort, he came into the studio with a nose mask, because of the pandemic of the cheating that we are having in the country today. Not just in Ghana, but across the globe. There's been so many conversations today, different perspective, belief system, value system, guiding the way people approach relationships. Today, I'm going to be the captain of your ship, riding you through from this time to the hour 4. We are live on Facebook and also live on YouTube under the name Precious TV Official. Join us. Let's have a conversation about the cheating pandemic. You're welcome to the second part of this discussion. In the studios with me today, I have Efua Dell, the only lady that says that even if you don't love her and you give her money, she will still stay with you. Efua, maybe I will call there. You're good, eh? It's been forever. I think about 3 months, and I said 2 months or more. But I hope everything is well.
By the grace of God.
Nice one. Everything is by the grace of God. It looks like in Ghana, God works extra hours to keep us safe. And also in the studio is Andrew Milton Saki. He is a very, very popular face on the podcast nowadays. He has been giving jabs and giving us pointers. Andrew.
Big man.
How's it going, man?
God day, nothing spoil. We day inside.
God day, nothing spoil. And fresh on the podcast today is Hillary. But now, Hillary is here with us. We're going to have a conversation. Hillary, Charlie, you're welcome. You came with your gavel and your message.
Yeah. The apostles of a message.
Interesting. So if you just tuned in, you're live on Precious TV. We're also live on YouTube and Facebook under the name Precious TV Official. Joining the conversation, we are talking about the cheating pandemic. Now, last week, we established the fact that there are a lot of things contribute to people cheating. And we had some very interesting conversations coming in. The messages that came in, one that actually broke my heart was the fact that a lady said the husband has cheated so much that the husband sleeps with his girlfriend in their matrimonial home, to the extent that she has rather moved out of the house to go and rent somewhere else. I don't know where you are and the kind of life experiences that are being thrown at you, the vicissitudes of life. Let's hope we can get some conversation in today. Today, what we want to take a look at is the societal pressure. Some people say cheating is justified sometimes. Therefore, sometimes cheating is justified.
Yeah.
When you take a look at the situation, you don't have an option but to cheat. Do you agree that sometimes?
I will never agree. It's only justified when it's with the other gender. The moment another gender does it, then all hell breaks loose. Every time the other gender wants to justify their cheating.
Which gender is that? Nowadays, when you say gender?
Your own gender, my dear.
My people. Eh?
Your people. Your people. The Satan's descendants.
It's surprising I say that we are Satan's descendants when you are the first person to talk to Satan.
Were you there?
You were the first people to talk to Satan, but we took the blame.
We were just giving him motherly advice.
So what you're saying is that in our setting, people allow men to cheat.
To cheat.
But then when it comes to women,
Yes.
the strokes are different. Why do you think that is?
Because society has made it in such a way that, I mean, they've put some kind of, what do I say, a rating on women that you cannot cheat. And they give so much room for the men that, men, that's how they are. For a man, it is in our DNA. We don't have DNA. That's why there's a saying that when a woman starts to cheat, the devil says to take note.
There's a saying like that?
There's a saying like that.
It's on the women WhatsApp group?
Oh, yes.
Because we haven't heard of it.
Oh, yes. We had a
when
a
woman
meeting.
starts to cheat,
The devil said to take notes.
the devil sits to take notes. I'll write it down.
Because it's
interesting.
crazy. You men are funny, and some men are funny. The thing is, you always get caught. They be a chamo, and you always justify. It's not me. It was a mistake. Hey,
You don't believe that
there was a process. Oh,
any cheating incident is never a mistake?
it's never a mistake. Especially if you look at the man, take tall man, and you look at the person he's cheating with. Maybe a small girl be, oh, she forced me. She forced you. Take tall man like you. I couldn't control myself. Eey.
So you think that the problem is with the fact that
Mhm.
we allow men
Mhm.
to go through the infidelity process?
Yes.
But when
Smoothly.
it comes to the women,
The woman.
are you saying that we should allow the women to cheat?
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that we shouldn't allow the men to cheat. We should stop making excuses for the men.
We should stop making excuses for the men.
Yes.
Hillary, the conversation is always about, men, naturally, men are polygamous. Naturally, men cannot stick to one woman. Sometimes you'll be walking in town, you see a lot of women, and you are like, I don't think a man should be with one woman. Why? Why do you think this particular conversation is paramount in the space of relationships and marriages?
Sure. For me, I would want us to move it away from the gender specificity, in the sense that men have the higher propensity to cheat. I think cheating, just like any ill or any character trait, which is it can go both ways. Women can do it, men can do it. I wouldn't even want to go into the other alphabets because it's a different discussion. So it's a character trait that can happen.
But if one says that it is your gender that does it more.
No. I don't. That's what I'm saying. I want us to move it away.
I want us to go there and see what your response will be. Why do you think that they always insist that men enjoy cheating?
Well, just like some random conversations on social media, you would realize that they tend to say that men are wired differently. Hence, the higher propensity for us to cheat. But I think it is a value system. It's a character trait. Not all men are like that. It depends on your upbringing, how you were nurtured, the things you were exposed to whilst you were being groomed as an individual. For which reason you would want to cheat. I don't want to believe that it is a men's thing. Exactly. I mean, when guys go out, we see good things. They say, man, guys, we
communicate with
our eyes. The things that we see appeal to us. And for ladies, it's the things that they hear.
And the money that they feel in their pocket.
You communicate with your eyes and your genitals, everything.
Hey!
You came from here.
So in the relationship and the marriage situation, it shouldn't be about just the men. I can tell you that, like she rightly said that if women begin to cheat, the devil would take notes. Trust me, there are women who are already cheating and the devil is even shocked. Where they had, the wealth of information from, where did they get it from? Because that's why I want us to appreciate the fact that it is not a gender thing. Yeah, it's just
so you would rather we discard that societal impression?
Certainly. And also because of tradition, norms and value system. Back in the days, there were not these things as a man of a one wife. You would hear that at night, dab to me baha or befoha, that kind of thing. So some of these things were picked up from our cultural beliefs. So it's not a general thing at all.
Andrew,
Mr. Smart.
Should it be through societal narrative that men cheat more? And there was one interesting quote that I heard. They said, a man cheating is not about he trying to get more women, but it's for more women to have access to men.
There's always something to justify.
This is the thing. This is what I think, and this is my opinion on this matter. I think, rightfully, like Hillary said, cheating should not be assigned to a gender. Everybody cheats. We are not here to measure who does it more or who does it better.
Every gender has the
Tendency to
tendency
cheat.
to-
Yes, not that they cheat.
But
Sorry.
men do it more.
The scale, you don't, unless you have statistics, you can't back it up. So unless you are ready to pull out figures and facts for me right now, you don't have any facts on what you're saying.
Give me a minute.
Okay,
Oh,
pull it up.
continue talking. I'm giving you.
So, and mind you that your statistics that you pull out, they haven't come to speak to me, so they don't know if I cheat or not. Yes.
Imagine.
No, I'm just telling you something.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I think we should put it aside. It's not a gender thing. Like Hillary rightfully said, it's a character trait.
Mm.
There are people who will say that whatever it is, I will not cheat on my partner out of the respect that they have for them. Was it Lady Reverend Adelaide Heward Mills? She said a man that doesn't cheat is a man that fears God. Because it's only the fear of God that can stop a man from cheating, nothing else. So I don't think it is a man or woman thing. It is a character trait. Like if somebody's a thief, it doesn't mean because you are a man you are a thief, or if you're a woman you're a thief. It means that you have a habit of doing it. So that is what needs to be dealt with. Yeah.
But Hillary talked about the way men are wired. We'll be getting into that conversation very soon. So I'm in the studios here with Ifwa Dell. Now, before the show started, I was trying to get, the name Dell, what it actually means. And also, Hillary Babanawa is in the studio with us. Andrew Saki is in the studio. And Lucy just also walked into the studio. It's what? Lucy said it.
Must you say that?
Must you shout?
Lucy just walked into the studio.
You must acknowledge your
You
presence.
didn't hear it. Our own Lucy is here with us. Now, Lucy, before you walked in, there was a conversation about whether society has a role to play in profiling a certain gender to be more promiscuous as compared to the other. We started with the fact that men like to cheat. That was Ifwa saying that she is working on the statistics.
Men like to
To me,
cheat.
download the document.
Men like to cheat.
So it's going to work on the statistics for us. But then, when you hear about these conversations, where do you think it stems from? That men cheat more than women?
Well, I thank you very much, Smart, and hello to everyone watching us and probably listening in too. I think society has had a very big role to play in that, because times over, it is actually encouraged, there was times that when a man has multiple women, they give the man accolades, war bema, all those things. And those were times gone by. And it has in a way been imputed into the man. Because I have a friend who goes like, yeah, women were cheating also, but theirs were not known. It was just the men that they go out there and then they come home with children and all sort of things. But this has had a way of embedding and imbibing these kind of traits in men. And I'm sorry to say that it has in a way formed their opinion about themselves. And they think that once you have multiples, that shows bravery.
Your manliness.
Thank you. That shows your manliness. You are a man. You are the kind of person that is able to put women together, because especially with those that are able to put a women in the same household. We have some people that have been able to put them in one place and it's working for them really great. So it's sort of appealing even to the younger people, and something that they look up to, and especially when they are people of affluence, they have the money to take care of the women that they are involved with. So I think society, even on the silent, without not really speaking out loud, has encouraged these things. And we have also come to accept it, especially when there is this big financial background that one would be able to have, or one has, in order to take care of the various people that they get themselves involved with. So yes, society has really had a big role to play in this, and it's a difficult thing. And with time, I think it has, though we are trying to reduce it, but even when the argument comes up, they still go back with, let's go back to our, forefathers and our mothers and previously the things they used to do, especially when we try to fight it. So that when we try to fight it. So I think, it's been society. Imagine growing up, a boy is allowed to do anything, go out and do that, because it's assumed that even when he messes up, he wouldn't bring a pregnancy in. But a woman or a girl is shielded and kept at home so that she'll be able to, keep to herself and learn the things that she's to learn in order to make her a good homemaker. So we have encouraged these traits, these attitudes right from the word go. We have subtly. There are other societies that are loud about it. Now, because we are fighting it, it has in a way become very subtle, but it is still encouraging such.
When the conversation is brought into the area where you took us to, about the fact that people refer to times past, the most popular thing that comes to mind is a lot of people say, even if you check Bible characters, how many of them actually had one wife? Even if you check all the men that were, King Solomon, even upon all his wisdom, he was with God. He worshipped with God. David was God's apple, the apple of God's eye, and yet he had women. People say, even Abraham, who is the father of faith, he was not with one woman. The conversation is big until you open to the New Testament, and the scripture in 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2 says, now the overseer or a church leader must be a man whose life is above reproach. He must be faithful to his wife. That is in other versions. Another version says that he must be a husband of one wife. People have argued that if you need to marry one, you must be only a church leader. The rest are free to do what they want to do. This is very, 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 very interesting. But then, when you take a look at the reasons why people cheat, mostly they say women are looking for emotional attachment.
Yeah.
So they gear towards one who is ready to give them that emotional attachment.
Yeah.
Alongside that, the financial reasons.
Very, very important.
Financial reasons is very important. Then for men, it becomes something very, very interesting. They say a man can cheat on a woman but never take the woman. No, can cheat with a particular woman but never take that woman serious and will still come back home. So they try to tell people that, so long as you are the one in the house, so long as you are the one with the ring, you should be comfortable being at home. It looks as if the metrics used in analyzing the woman's space in relationships is very different as compared to the metric used in a woman's.
It's true. But you see, what we are forgetting is that I don't get why women will say
it's like your pressure today is low.
Some women say, mom, let him go and cheat. So long as we are married, he will come back to me. I think women need to stop saying that. You see, we are also the problem because we are also encouraging it one way or the other. We are encouraging it because he is going to cheat with a different lady, and you tell yourself that he will come back. The next time there will be another lady, then there is another lady, and then to what end? Till they bring you HIV or STD. To what end? I think we need to stop encouraging all this. When men get several women, they get that thing has been embedded in their hair some way somehow.
That when they get several women,
several women, that's when they feel like they are manly. They are manly. They can boast to their friends and all those things. And let me tell you, times are changing. Now, women, we don't cheat only for emotions. we share.
Why they sent a memo to all the women this
morning? Yes, we have a page. All the women, we have a page. We've discussed it. It's not just about emotions.
Lucy is not on that page.
Send me your number. You need to add.
No, it's true.
Like, why do some women cheat nowadays?
We cheat because we can.
Because you can't.
Times are changing.
Oh, okay.
The days of Abraham, when Abraham had several wives, and then we came to the New Testament. They said now we should have men should have only one wife. Now you will not even get to.
We won't get.
You will not even get.
Okay.
The testament that will come, the private will say, men,
It's in the Bible,
don't marry.
It's in
Smart.
the Bible.
I would like
I
to
will quote
say.
it, oh.
I know what you are going to quote. We have had a
I
several
was looking
here.
at telling her by
I
statistics.
I always bring it up.
By
You-
statistics,
I
you
have,
are
I
disadvantaged.
have
I
heard it
always bring it up.
severally,
Okay.
so it's okay. We know that Bible you are going to quote.
Isaiah
7
4
to
verse
1.
1.
I
Producer, Isaiah 4:1.
The women are more than
Please
us.
get me that scripture.
Get her the scripture.
As I take a listen to what
Get-
Lucy is
get
going to
us
tell
the
me.
scripture.
You made a comment that people actually use Bible, incidents, Bible example to buttress what they would like to do.
Yeah.
The thing is that even King Solomon, who had this many wives, said they were of vanity. He had seen it all. Sorry. He has seen it all. He had done it all. And he knew and he knows the integrities that goes into such act. You mentioned Abraham. Abraham had only Sarah. And then Sarah gave her maid.
Sarah gave the maid
The maid,
to
yeah.
Abraham.
Yes.
He had a moral right to take a decision there.
But you see, even there was a moral right decision. He refused, but the wife insisted. And so
So if
In
my
the spirit
wife
of marriage, he just
I'm
okay. I
yeah.
forgot that the two become
The two,
one. So-
yes,
so
two
when
can,
the wife proposes,
two
I
can
should
never
do it
be
for the wife.
together unless they be agreed. It's also in the Bible.
Okay.
Okay, and I know love goes in diverse ways, especially when husbands want to please their wives. I wouldn't know much. So I want to believe that Abraham really loved Sarah enough because you could see that he wasn't so pleased.
Yeah.
Even after the act and everything, he still went ahead to listen to the wife's advice to send the woman and the child away. It didn't happen. Okay, and the Bible examples are there. And this is what I believe in. I know David was a man after God's heart, but I also want to believe that these Bible examples were there as examples for us not to emulate, but to learn from and pick what is good in order to lead our lives. So whichever way it goes, they are there for a purpose. Not everything in the Bible is there to be emulated. Some are lessons that we need to do. We don't have to go through the situation of the problem in order to advise ourselves. You made a point with the New Testament that says that if a man wants to be a church
1 Timothy
leader,
3:2.
yes, you know, there is this background that I have to that. We always say that a future is unknown. We always say that we don't know where we will end. And I believe, I really believe and understand that the reason why Paul, right, made that comment was that if I will become a church leader, I wouldn't know. But definitely I might want to marry early. And so to play it safe, because what if I have two wives and then I end up being called by God to become a servant of God? I'm supposed to be an example by what is quoted in the Bible. What am I going to do? Drop one of my wives? Okay, so to be safe and the future being unknown, because it didn't just say a pastor, it says a church leader, a deacon, an elder, an apostle, any position, an overseer, a patron. If you're a youth patron, like every church leadership should be a man with one wife. And since we do not know where our end will be, it is right and, excuse my French, sensible and advisable to want to be with one woman. And then when these things happen, we don't find ourselves wanting and not knowing exactly what to do. Unless, of course, you become like the disciples of Jesus Christ that left their families and then followed him wholly. So then, and in our times, it's going to be difficult because you have to look back. There are responsibilities also to take care of. So these things are there. We use this to buttress whatever excuse of a thing we want to do. And there's one thing that my pastor had always said. He says, when he says the Bible is our manual, he goes further to say that everything you would like to do in this world, whether good or evil, you find it in the Bible. But that doesn't mean that if there is evil in it and you are trying to use it for evil purpose, it is right. It is there for an example. That is why we have history, so that we learn from it, we know our background, and then we know how to move forward. So yes, that is the point I wanted to make.
Okay, Hillary, why is it that we applaud men who cheat or have escapades, and we tend to look at them like, hey, Charlie,
Chairman.
Thank you.
Where do you think the applause is coming from? Is it some sort of validation? Is it a societal expectation of a particular gender?
No. Those who give the applause are only cheerleaders.
They are cheerleaders.
There are people who look up to them and also want to be in that same situation. In time past, there was this, very wealthy man in this country who has 2 wives, and he was justifying that because he has the financial resources to be able to. And the conversation surrounding it was that, oh, okay, so when I have money now, I can also toe that line.
Yeah.
So it has become as though people subconsciously know that this is not the way to go. But then once somebody is doing it, there's this saying that all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient.
Yes.
Ask yourself, this thing I want to engage in, this person I'm applauding. There are other things that come into it, into having more than one wife. There are so many other things. You can talk about the emotional stress that comes onto the other partner. Just imagine that today the person is with you, tomorrow he's with another person, and you are sitting down thinking, hey, so what style is going on over there? Yeah. And you can even imagine some of the ladies would also be like, oh, you bought this car for her, but you bought this one for me. And the comparison comes in there. So it's just that those who are giving them the applause either also aspire to become, promiscuous men.
Is it not because there is this popular saying that when a man has nothing, women don't see him? So when he finally has something, women shouldn't dictate how many people he should be with.
The funny thing is, you see the poor boys, those are the ones that cheat. Those who don't have money, they have taste.
Who hurt you?
Poor people have taste.
Those who don't have money, if you are there, you see them on their lap or they are thinking. They are not thinking about their future or money. They are thinking about, hey, when I get money, should I get the fair, the dark?
When I get money thing.
See, if you power 90% is women, and then maybe 10% is future.
Really?
I am telling you. Have you
So
seen
you
rich
think
men,
that
like
a lot of poor people cheat? Why is it so? Why do you feel that a lot of poor people cheat as compared to
they have a lot of time on their hands?
They have thank you, my brother. You see,
so if they are not working, they are performing.
Yeah.
they are performing. They have time rough. They have time. See, and the married men who cheat, those who don't have too much money. You see, the men that have money. Let me set an example, like somebody like Ned Nwoko. He's married about 5 women. About 6 women, right? Yeah. 6. And you don't hear them bickering online or getting jealous because money day. He has the money.
Because you are not in the house.
I was going to say, you don't hear.
You are not in the house.
Relax. You see, we don't hear. You see,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
okay.
We don't hear money.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
But listen,
The fact that
money.
you don't hear it doesn't mean something is not going on in
They're probably just good at hiding it.
Okay.
They are good because you see money. I'm telling you.
That's why I
it's
said
money.
no. When
But
zero
should that be a
into-
factor? Yes.
Yeah.
Smart, let me
So-
make a point quickly. So I said some time ago on this show that the value of a man has been reduced to how much money he has, and the value of a woman has been reduced to how beautiful they are. That is how come when a man has money, he feels like, because when I didn't have, people treated me like this. Now when I have, I can get as many women or as many things as I want. Same thing goes for women. When a woman is extremely beautiful, she feels like, I don't
She
have
has
time for you
options.
because you can't talk to me like this when other people are chasing me. So that is the root cause of the problem. It is the orientation from the beginning. That's the root cause of the problem. That's the first thing. The second thing is this. A lot of people, I hear this narrative a lot. When you have money, your wives don't fight. It's not true. It's not true because when you have money, you can avoid a lot of things.
Oh, yes.
If you have money, you can get 2 separate houses for your wives.
Your wife.
It doesn't mean that they will not nag.
You
And
can even get 3 TVs so that you don't fight over who
Yes.
wants to watch what
a lot
channel.
of problems can be
You know.
avoided when you have money. But to be reminded that money is just a tool.
It
So
is a tool.
it will remove certain situations, but it cannot remove everything. Because like Hillary mentioned, you buy a car for this wife because maybe it's her birthday. And then now all of a sudden the other one is like, so because me now it's not my birthday, you will not buy me. Like,
Yeah, I know.
people
You have
have
to
raised
deal
their
with-
children with money
I-
where that is not around.
I like what you are saying. Now, take the money out. You don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 girlfriends and 1 wife.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
When you say, are you okay, what does that mean?
I mean, if there was money would have solved some problems.
Mm-hmm.
At least say, oh, I'm putting this one here, I'm putting this one there, I'm buying this for this, I'm buying this one for that, it doesn't mean they will not fight. It doesn't mean that the wife will not see that you have girlfriends here and there and she will not nag. She will see, but you see, she has better things to do. Probably she's traveling, she's in Dubai, she's in Miami doing some shopping. But you see those who don't have money, who live in single room self-contained with their wife, they have 3 girlfriends outside, killing a young woman because of what? And you can't tell me that men think they cheat with their eyes or something.
But I think that we have established that it is not a gender-based thing. I know I know a lot of poor girls who cheat more than anything. So
you know poor girls who cheat.
Yes. So why you see I like the angle Hillary picked it from, because he wants you. A lot of even rich girls cheat. It's not, you see, like Andrew was saying, money is a tool, but it doesn't satisfy every area of a person's life.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you have, you crave a circle,
Yeah.
a belongingness, some love, some care, some thoughtfulness. There are a lot of rich people who are with people today that they don't even care about the future of those people.
Yeah.
In their minds, I'm giving you what you need. You have your car, you have your house, I've paid for a shop for you.
Yeah.
It's not about what do you think you want to do with your life in the next 5 years, and so can I support that agenda? In their mind, I'm bringing you in as a trophy, and I'm ready to show you off to other people as my wife. But it's not really about having a sit-down conversation with your wife and saying, what would you want to do for yourself? So that particular lady, that's how come we hear a lot of madams sleeping with their watchmen, sleeping with their drivers, because they are craving that space where they can openly speak about the plans that they have for themselves. Okay, so let's not narrow it down. I think that the first opening statements that we all had, we were trying to understand why it was profiled earlier, that men were like this, and Lucy made a great point about the cultural growth that, in times past, even for our parents sometimes, they will tell you that yeah mami ya bako ba ya papa no or yeah papa ya bako ya ba ya mami different. To wit, we have the same father, but we have different mothers and all that. So when you go to the village, you have to shake hands with people who have a different mother and things like that. But now we have outgrown some of these things. The space we find ourselves in right now, the justification is what we are discussing today. So it has nothing to do with only poor boys. I know a lot of poor girls who enjoy cheating because where they are living, they need to take care of where they are living. And one person cannot satisfy their needs. So they would rather spread the bill.
Kweku rent.
Yes.
Call me iPhone.
So it's still money, right?
You understand me?
It is a factor.
It's not money.
That is why I asked.
Isn't it money that
Is it
solving
emotional
the
connection
rent
or
and all the other
financial constraint? What is one of the major contributors that we have as a people that that, okay, between emotional connection and financial issues, I think these two are the two things contributing so much to the cheating pandemic.
Well,
Lucy, let me just make a point before you come in.
Okay.
If it was just about money, anybody who has multiple partners, they still have one person that they are with. That is the main person. So if it was just about money, because they need that emotional connection still from somebody, so they can tell you that boy away there made Donald, but unto me, mamiska, to wait. I love this person, but he cannot afford to take care of me because maybe the needs that I have right now, they are too much for him to bear, and they understand that I have feelings for this person, but I can't put all my burdens on him. So I'll go with another person.
so money. So it is the money part.
So that's why I'm letting you know that even though money is a factor, it is not the entire thing because they need emotional connection too from somebody else.
I think when the Bible says, when people say money is the root of all evil, the Bible doesn't say
It is
money.
the
it's
love
the
of
love
money.
of money.
love for it.
Yes.
And practically, basically, it has actually been the major tool in this topic we are discussing. In the sense that I know when we talk about money, we usually refer to the physical cash thing, but people actually also see money as a job because at the end of the day, it brings them that physical cash we're talking about. And when you did mention about all these things that go on, whether it's money or emotions or any other thing, money has always been the major role. And usually it is like you said, I'm not here to castigate, but to be frank, most of the times, it is the money part for women, okay? Because naturally we go like it's emotional and other things. A woman would still want a rich man who is quite busy, would get her all the items that they need and everything they need. And like you mentioned, they will still end up with that partner.
The driver who has nothing.
The driver, the gardener, the cook, the laundry
The delivery guy.
Thank you. You know, everybody that catches a bit of their attention and gives them a bit of time to hear them out, they begin to draw to them. But their first and main objective had been, let me get a comfortable life, hoping that that comfort can bring in all those things. But then at the end of the day, when it is realized that one needs to be very busy to make that comfort sustainable, then it becomes a second, the emotion.
Could you say that again? One needs to be busy to make that comfort
sustainable. Yes.
So when you are choosing comfort, you should know that
You have
it
to work
comes
for
with
it.
a lot of sacrifice.
But we want comfort, please.
No, but
I know.
I like
know.
it. I like it because of the way you put it. When one is looking for comfort, they need to know that one has to be busy to sustain that
Yes.
comfort
Yes.
that they are looking
Yes.
Do you know what's funny? Before you started your point, I wrote a point down. And what I wrote down was comfort. So when you started talking, if you realize, I started smiling.
But,
Andrew and
can
Lucy.
I chip in something quickly?
for. Okay.
My great mother, Mami Ikadonko, said something that it is better to cry in a Range Rover in Dubai than to cry
In a single
in
room
a
at
single
Abeleke.
room in Shukura.
Shukura. No, it is Shukura.
What
It's
have-
no more
what have
Abeleke.
Sukura people done to
Don't
you?
worry,
In
we'll rent a room
Shukura.
for you at Castle.
Hey, but do you know something? If you are looking for a quote to validate every silly decision in this world, you get
You
it on the
will get
internet.
Oh, this one is from Auntie Ikadonko. Now, as Lucy was saying, comfort. You said something in your submission that when a man and a rich man is not there, all he cares about is your comfort, where you live, so that he can continue doing his thing. But it is very painful if you a woman, you start to build with a young man in a small room with nothing but just love, thinking that you get that emotional support, and this person goes out of his way to cheat, not just with 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 people. He is not giving you that comfort. Who emotional support help? He's even killing you emotionally, cheating on you, and you'll be shocked that it is in the same neighborhood. So you hear it, you know it, and you can't do nothing about it. Who wouldn't choose comfort over that? I would choose comfort because who emotional whatever help? I don't know that you are killing me emotionally. And
But
I'll be there saying that you
what
care
is
about
the
me.
F4, what is the end goal for you
Mhm.
as an individual when you step into a relationship?
The end goal for me is for me, when I get into a relationship, I am hoping that we attain a certain level of success together. Be together. If we have a family, let's have a plan. We have our little family. Let's go out, make money individually, bring them together. Someday, let's travel. Let's live our lives. Do you get what I'm saying? But
Yes. But eventually, from the first part of your submission, you're saying that if you're with a gentleman who you're building life together,
building life.
and you guys have now started a relationship, and
Yeah.
you find out later that he's cheating on you,
Cheating.
maybe in the same neighborhood with numerous ladies. Okay, you would rather go and now choose comfort and not settle. I've heard you say this about 3 times on this show.
Severally.
It's beginning to feel like
A mantra.
it's beginning to feel like a tope. You have built with someone,
Let's
but
do
then I personally believe that when you get into a relationship, the first goal is how we are going to grow together. Okay. But when the responsibilities are left for another person, you see, this is where I have a problem with some women. Do not go into a relationship thinking that the man must be the one to give you the comfort. Because you see, he would provide. He would give you what he's supposed to give. If you are also doing something for yourself, it wouldn't be like you have been used or you have been, I'm trying to use the right expression. Because, yes, because most times when I hear it, it's always like, and some of the men have come to say that it's not true that these people say they helped us build. You were just with them when they were poor. Say again. Omar moral support.
How was work?
I can give you an
Oh,
example.
how was work? It's all parts.
It's
I
like
can give you an example.
it's like today. It's
A
like today.
friend.
People are in my head. Look at my second point.
I can give
Yes,
you an
because
example.
It's like people are in my head
You
today.
know, a lot of times, Hillary, I'm going to come to you right now. A lot of times, some women, because we don't want to do any hasty generalization on this show, some women say, I was with him when he had nothing.
She was.
And I helped him.
She did.
But when you sit down and you listen to the story, what was the help?
How was
Smart,
work?
smart. Sorry, I don't even want to look at it from that point. I
But
don't want to
then this is not, let me put this caveat out. This is not to justify the cheating. I'm just saying that a lot of people, when a relationship goes south, they are quick to say that they helped the young
But they
man.
did.
It's because of the vision and the focus going into the relationship. Some people go into it purely because it's a transaction for them.
Okay.
I'm coming into this arrangement and I know that
This is the benefit.
this is the benefit. Believe you me, even with the best of intentions that ladies go into relationship with, one of the key reasons why they would want to settle with a guy is because they've seen vision and potential in him.
Exactly.
So for them, they are looking at the end goal. You may think it is, should I say,
Discriminatory.
or like it's being they are being selfish or something.
It's okay to be selfish sometimes.
No, it is.
But then,
It is.
certainly, yeah. But
That's
then,
about interests.
for them, at the long haul, they are expecting that this is what we should end up at. If at every point in time you are taking cognizance of what you are bringing to the table, were you really in for the process, or you were in just
To take note of
to
your
take note?
contributions.
Exactly. Because if somebody had, and you see, I wouldn't blame ladies so much. It's because of the things that over the years have happened. So you would realize that even in this jurisdiction, most of the laws that we have are heavily skewed to favor women.
Yeah.
In Ghana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Ghana.
Not just in Ghana, but I think that the bedrock of all these legal, frameworks that we have, I think the foundation of the Ghana's constitution is from Scotland. So when you take a look at the system, we always recognize the women as the weaker vessels,
Smart, I wanted to
and
say
we are
something
always there to
very
do something too. But the justification of the cheating, people
So you see,
profile it to say it's okay for men to do that, but it's not okay for women to do that. The specific judgments that we have, that is my worry. When they say, "Oh, Nasa or Bema," like if one mentioned, he's a man, so what else do you expect? But the moment a woman does it, it's always like,
So
yes.
I think it's a generational problem. Everybody's afraid of being taken advantage of. So they in turn will say that, this person that I'm killing myself for, he's probably.
Please, who is they? Women or men?
Women.
I'm not generalizing. That's why I said
So
that
they.
it's a generational problem. Unless the generation is full of men. It is a generational problem.
Problem.
Both men and women are afraid of being taken advantage of. Now, a woman is saying that, okay, you have not married me. I'm cooking for you. I'm cleaning for you. Even though I'm not obliged to. Sometimes you are having your way with me. You're sleeping with me at the same time. So now I am heavily invested. So if somebody else is offering me maybe money that you don't have, now I'm looking at it like this. So all these things that I'm doing for this boy, what is the guarantee that he will take me where I want him to take me? So now the fear of the unknown, that uncertainty, is what is causing people to cheat. And it's like for both genders. Because another guy is spending on a girl, or he's doing other things for the girl, and in his mind, but this girl, she's always entertaining other people, and she's always doing left, right, and center. So what is the guarantee that all these things that I am doing, it will lead somewhere? So because we are all afraid of being used or being taken advantage of, we have put up a defense mechanism where before you do it to me, I'll do it to you. So that even if you do it to me, it's like, okay.
Is that
So
not
I
the absence of accountability?
It is.
I
It
get
is.
your points. I get your points. But then again, if you have all these thoughts in your mind, leave the person instead of cheating on the person. Leave.
Well,
If you are with a woman,
If
and
you can't help
go
these
like,
thoughts.
No, if you are with a woman and you are thinking, oh, this girl that I'm helping, what if I get money? What if she graduates or she get money and she starts also, cheating on me and all those, and you are still with the woman. So the thoughts, everything you are thinking about, after that you go and cheat. Would that stop the woman from?
If you are in a job and you don't know when your boss will fire you, doesn't mean you stop the work.
No, you will not stop the work.
Exactly.
But you thinking that, hey, what if I get fired? Does not mean like you
That's
will
what
not
I'm
get
saying,
fired
that
or something.
as
or
a
you are going
human
to get
being,
fired
you
or
can't
something.
avoid those thoughts.
But
It is
would
what
the
you
thought
do with
stop the
thought.
person from progressing?
No, it is what you do after you have thought about it. Let me tell you something. Envy, jealousy, all these feelings that we feel, they are not bad things. It is what you do with those feelings that makes you either a good person or a bad person. If you get envious that somebody is progressing, somebody that you're on the same level with, but they seem to be moving faster than you, so like you feel like, hey, so what about me? It's not a bad thing. But when you start to sabotage the person just so that you can also rise, that is where you are a bad person.
Okay, smart. Let me ask this, yeah? Let me ask this. Let me create a scenario quickly. So if I'm going out with a guy and probably I'm pumping money in, I'm taking care of the guy because the guy doesn't have money. And the guy is also, doing well, small for himself. And then I'll be there and I'll start thinking, guy will cry, me yes say cry. We are minyan the whole time. Let me go and get other men. Because for sure, if he gets money or if he gets to that level, he might probably start cheating or he will leave me. I have these thoughts.
Yeah.
And then what? I don't leave the boy. I'm still with the boy. Then I go and cheat on the boy. Would that stop the boy from progressing? Would that stop him from progressing?
Why are you creating a backup?
Why am I cheating?
Why are you creating a backup?
You are not even understanding the point I'm making.
No, I don't think that
You
is
said
what.
like,
That's not what he
No.
implied.
That's not
okay,
what I'm saying.
then make me
Then maybe,
understand. Make me
I'm
understand.
saying that as a human being, even in investments, when you put your money in an investment, you don't know the returns. You don't know the outcome. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
People have bonds that now the government is saying so and so. And then now their money, they didn't have that plan going in. They wanted to put their money and get it back. So there is always a contingency plan that people have. That's why women, some women, no, I'm coming. That's why some women and some men have backup plans. They are talking to this person, but then there's somebody that they may not be in a relationship with, but they are keeping the person around.
That's in case of emergency.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
A lot of people have it. And a lot of
Great.
people have
She
it.
said, as for that one there, everybody has one. She has it.
A lot of people have it.
It's called in case of emergency.
You understand? And it's a generational problem because people feel like, everybody feels like, it's very normal to feel like, say, hey, this thing that I'm doing, what if it doesn't turn out the way that I expect?
Okay.
People have, I know somebody who was engaged for 8 years. She was wearing the ring. The person kept telling her next year. After the 8 years, she took it off. And this was my boss at work. She said, no, I will not do it again because now, like, you're trying to take me for a fool. For 8 years. So when somebody hears that her story, if even she has been engaged for only a year, now she start giving her boyfriend pressure. Boss, let's marry. You understand what I'm saying? So it is because of the things that we hear, the things that we see, the things that go on in society. That is what gives you that form of uncertainty. Love in itself is a very big thing to navigate because you are treating somebody unfairly. Even when sometimes they are not being reasonable, you have to learn to, find a way to accommodate them because I have chosen to love this person. So it is only when you are not intentional about it that sometimes you act on these things. Now, mind you, I said that having these thoughts is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It is what you do with them. Because the thoughts can come and you can say, okay, no problem. If it doesn't go well, I'll try again.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't break your heart for you to say that the next person that comes into my life, I will show them.
Oh, they will do. They will do.
You understand me?
Now I think it's the new thing in town now. But before we take these comments, let's just jump on our WhatsApp lines. 020-343-8710. 020-343-8710. Please send in your comments. Let's know what you think about the present wave of the cheating pandemic that is causing a lot of people to put on a nose mask when they step into new relationships.
Yeah.
So there's this thing that I want us to take a look at. Most times you look at a particular trait, a particular happening in a relationship. You want to be quick to talk about it. And they tell you, culturally, I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. So there is always the complaint about the people in the north. And sometimes they feel like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. When you come into our culture, I can have as many women as I want. And the women also, in certain jurisdictions, the women also are the ones that take care of the men. And so we see a lot of the head porters, we see a lot of the women traveling from the north down south to come and make money and take that money back up to go and take care of the men who probably are not engaged in anything at all. When you're dealing with somebody who has a different cultural background and they do not really see anything wrong with cheating, what should be your approach towards it? What comes to mind if you find somebody who culturally thinks he's not doing anything
You
wrong?
are not my destiny. I will leave you. Are you my destiny? You are not. Like,
But-
you've not been assigned to me. Like, no. You have your culture. Go ahead. You have culture. Go to your culture. Go and marry your culture woman and leave me
See,
alone.
That is where I take exception to. You know, with this code, it's beautiful to intermarry. Honestly, I think it's a beautiful thing to do so that you learn a bit of, you know, we learn a bit of each other from different cultures and from different tribes. But besides the culture thing, I think there is religion too. And even those who have the culture also have certain religions. Because you cannot, if you decide to stick with a culture, stick with it. Don't jump into a religion or a religious thing that would put a barricade, you know, will put some sort of restrictions on your excesses. And then when it comes, then you try to run back to culture. And that's what we do. That is what is actually happening. Okay, because with this cheating thing, you hear the excuse that this has been our traditions, our forefathers did it, and blah, 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 blah. You hear Christians saying this thing. You hear, I was sat down by my grandfather and I was told, never, never, you know, be with one woman.
Yeah.
And you are a Christian.
Yeah, my great grandfather had
So
17
I
wives.
don't know. Honestly, it's a bit confusing. Okay, and then the worst part of it is they go on to say, religion is the Christian, is a white man's thing. The white man has brought his ideas and his ideals, and they are binding us with it and all that. You chose to be there. So stick with what will work with you. And of course, when you are in connection with somebody whose tradition, people's tradition gives them the leeway. People's religion gives them the leeway to be involved with more than one partner. But in that sense, it is not extramarital affair. It is to marry them. Not to have extramarital affair. So if you can't be with one person, don't go chasing anything is scared. Bring them home. Settle down with them and be with them. That is the difference. Now, what we are doing is that we try to keep one person home, and then we are messing. So the thing is that we actually even justify what we are doing wrongly. The things we want to do, we are not doing it right. We have married one, because I believe that is where cheating all come from. We have married one, and we are messing up with others. If you want one or two or more, bring them home. Yeah.
Let them all be in the same
Bring
compound.
them home.
Sister wives.
And marry them. You see, that is it. Because when we even that is even the things we are trying to use to buttress our excesses, our mistakes, we are not doing it right. Because our parents, our forefathers, did it right. Even if they had to, they didn't bring the woman to their home. They had to go and give drink to the family of the woman, so that every member of the woman knows that this is the man she is with. Okay? When there is anything out of it, like pregnancy, they know who is responsible. So let us do it right. But we cannot be Christians. We cannot be Muslims. I know I have Muslims friends. I have had Muslims colleagues. Their religion actually allows them to get more than one wife. But they have stuck to their one wife. Did they die?
They didn't. My dear, they did not.
So you think it's an issue of pick and choose?
We are trying to, it's when
And
it's
hypocrisy.
convenience for us. The thing is that we are trying to work with convenience, and these days we say everything is relative. So love is relative. I mean, what works with me as love works is what I work with. Even how to chase money is relative. Even these days we think evil is relative, but evil is evil. Okay?
Wrong is wrong.
Yes, wrong is wrong.
The integration of culture and Christianity, Hillary, You know, a lot of times people say that, we are Christians, but I don't want you to marry another. We are Christians, but I don't think that you should be with just one woman. Because, you know, culturally, like Lucy is saying, it feels as though somebody says, yes, I know that we are Christians, but we are not next to. I think that we are Christians, but we are also Voltarians. Yeah. And we Voltarians, we don't play with these people. So if you do this, even though you are with this person, I don't think you can end up marrying the person. All right? The book of Titus chapter 1 verse 12. The Bible says something very interesting. One of the Cretans' own prophets has said it. She said that the Cretans are always liars. They are evil. They are brutes. And they are lazy gluttons. This is one prophet who was speaking about her own tribe. Her own tribe. How do people move away from Christian value system to now justify what wrong they are doing culturally?
It still doesn't make sense.
Andrew said something earlier that once you want to find an excuse to do or to advance any cause, you will find one.
Mm-hmm.
All these things that we have said about one religion, one tribe, and all of those things, who gave them those things? It's because maybe
one person has a bitter
somebody
experience.
had a bitter experience with that tribe, then it becomes the status quo, it becomes the norm.
So that's the scripture there. Titus chapter 1 verse 12, the Bible says, one of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said that the Christians are always liars. They are evil beasts. They are slow bellies. Their own. Their own. Their own.
Yes.
Their
like we
own.
say, if you be a mensa.
Yes. But people are quick to point hands towards other people.
It's the easy thing to do.
It's the easy thing.
Even today,
people do not want to take responsibility for their actions and their inactions.
I said even today we met somebody who said that she will not marry from her tribe.
Yeah.
Even today, she said that she will not marry from her tribe, her own tribe. Even today,
the cultural norms for some people, they say that in a particular tribe. Now this is one of the worrying things, and I am very, very glad Lucy took us on that particular tangent. Now, people say that this particular tribe, if you marry into it, they will cheat on you.
Yeah.
And it's like a big thing. So one of the cameramen is not happy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So one of the cameramen is not happy with what I just said, because you know we are talking about these cultural influences, societal influences, and sometimes when you are about to bring a lady home, your parents will say, "Which tribe is she from?" Because if it is this tribe, they will leave you and go and cheat for purposes of decorous. We wouldn't want to put any tribe out there, but then people get the conversation.
I don't get it, honestly. I'm lost.
Oh, you are lost.
So there are certain tribes, religions that have certain peculiar identities because of
Through
how
profiling and stereotyping.
Exactly.
Let's not make it look
All
like
those,
it's genuine. Through profiling and stereotyping.
No, but there are some of them that are actually identities that come with them.
Really?
Because of, let's say, how or where they settled their migration issues and all of those things. The people they interfaced with. I hope you're getting me.
Yeah.
As for the stereotypes,
they've had to adapt.
Exactly. As for the stereotypes and all of those things, they come with people's experiences along the way, which cannot be used as a basis or a standard to then settle that, oh, this particular tribe here, they are stingy, especially the tall ones.
Yeah.
I mean,
who says fancy men?
Fancy, they said the 12 fancy men are very stingy.
I mean,
we have heard it, but we won't
Am I
take
in
it.
Ghana?
so those things would come up because of people's interpersonal, experiences with persons. And mind you, the relationships that we go into, they are human institutions. Everybody comes from a particular background, and that person was socialized in a particular way, based on certain experiences, based on certain value systems and principles that are peculiar or known to that group of people. So it is not wrong for parents to want to guide and direct their words into a particular direction. But then ask yourself, these things you are talking about, are they stereotypes? Which survey was done? Which scientific or
What are the statistics?
What data was
What
gathered?
data was gathered to arrive at that?
So you can keep your comments coming in 020-343-8710, 020-343-8710. Hello there. I am Priscilla watching all the way from Nigeria. Thank you so much for Priscilla for joining us. She says, I watch Precious TV often and I'm always blessed. Thank you and glory to God. Please, is this particular program based on God's word or your general opinion? If it is based on God's word, then I feel you should conclude every conversation based on God's word and the practical things you have seen and been taught by our Father in the Lord, Archbishop Charles Genocide. Thank you so much, Priscilla, for your message. However, if we do not get to hear the opinions of other people, we wouldn't know from which angle to advise people based on God's word. If you have followed the program, you can see that it is interlaced with the introduction of scriptures for people to see the foundation upon which the conversation is going. It is not a general opinion podcast. This is a Christian podcast that has a foundation on the word of God. So we are glad you join us all the time. We hope you continue to be blessed by this particular program. Good afternoon, guys. This is Enoch from Sampa. Enoch says, I totally agree with Miss Lucy about how Christians pick and choose what favors them. How can you cheat as a Christian and then justify it with your culture? Interesting. How can you cheat as a Christian and then now you justify it with your culture? And this is interesting because, you know, before we, I think, was it on the show or before the show started, we were talking about Abraham had a moral right to take a decision. I think it was on the show, right?
Yeah.
You know, because at every point in time, regardless of your culture, regardless of even your religion, you always have a moral right to take a decision.
Yeah.
Because you see, everyone can steal money. Everyone has the capacity to steal money.
Oh yeah.
Why? Yes. Why is it that some can do it freely and some cannot do it? That's why I always say that when people give a testimony in church,
Yeah,
do not be
some
quick
are
to
taking
think
it
that
freely.
you are behind in life.
Some are taking it freely.
Some
At
are
where?
taking it from somewhere
At where?
and they are giving God the praise for what they have.
God,
So
I
it's
know.
very, very important for you not to feel like when Paul said that these unhealthy comparisons are not good for the body. It's not good at all. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves in an unhealthy way. There are so many comparisons today in the relationship scope. So many comparisons. And I feel it has contributed immensely to the lot of cheating that we are having. Why is it that now almost everyone wants to compare their relationship, what they are having with a gentleman or a lady, to what another person is experiencing? Therefore, or Lucy, you want to take a bite on?
Yes, I would like to say, I think it's absurd because individually we all go into a relationship with what works for us. I mean, what I would see in in Andrew.
Why are you saying sorry? You were doing a
Fine.
general.
What I would see in Smart and will want to be with him wouldn't be what Efwa will see in Andrew, or if Efwa decides to be with Hillary, what he will see in him. And that is how come this whole comparison thing becomes a problem. Because I always say that as women, it is always what works for us, or what is thick with us, what sticks, what is most important to us. That is what is our drive, that we want to be with a man. Most generally, it is generalized that women like money. Okay, so then that is the basis. But we have also seen, and you've given an example with how women have been with powerful men who have powerful in the sense that
Jeff Bezos
they-
got divorced. Bill
thank you.
Gates got
Thank you.
divorced.
Exactly.
And all that.
Adebayo's wife is cheating.
Very rich and powerful.
Yeah. So that also then diffuse the fact that it is not it.
Yes.
Okay. So it is what works for you that will make, and that is why when myself I'm comparing what I have with what Ifwa has, because Ifwa is all blabby and happy and going around the globe. I mean, trotting around the globe, being happy and traveling.
Every picture she posts is
in
a
all
passport.
the
It's
expensive
it's an
thing.
aeroplane.
She's crying in a Range Rover.
Fair.
I learned a lesson today. No, not today. I think last week. This is like a personal, experience. I was taking stock,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was, there are people that we went to school with. There are people, like you said, there are people that we think they are ahead of us.
Yes.
And what is it? They have gone further, and maybe your life is stuck. You also had
That's
plans.
how you feel.
Your life is stuck. Not that it's stuck in a way. You are progressing because you are seeing progress actually, but certain things that you wanted,
Not at the pace that you would want.
and certain things too that you wanted probably accomplished have not really materialized. And then you see this person, and there's this joy, there's this glow, and all the things, everything is working out the way. And then you begin to wonder why. And then you feel sad for yourself. And then something happens, an event happens. And then you sit back and you go like, no, seriously, indeed in life, we are not supposed to envy anybody. Because the thing is that until you are close to a person, you will not know the person's personal struggles. When you know, and I said this thing just like an epiphany. It just happened. When you know people's personal struggles and their demons, these comparisons will not work. Because even the rich that we want to do, we don't know the demons they are fighting. We don't know. I want to be like Bill Gates. Do I have any idea what he went through to be where he is
Or
now?
what his regular day
Do I
is
have
like?
the capabilities to go through that thing to
Every
get
new
there?
level has a new devil.
You have no idea. So these comparisons are neither here nor there. And I would wish we stop that. But we like doing it. I think it's a human thing. And like Andrew rightly said, these thoughts will come in. See, these thoughts would always creep in. They don't come, they creep. They will creep in.
I had mine when we had old school reunion.
I don't go.
Yes, because at a point I stopped going, and I felt like, no, I need to restructure my life. People are doing so well than me.
Smart, have you opened LinkedIn recently?
No.
Every time you open LinkedIn, somebody has a new degree, a new master's, a new job, a new position. You will be depressed.
We must think about it holistically, and I'm glad, Lucy, you made mention of something about how people compare themselves to other people. That's why they end up cheating and all that. So is it material? Is it material for us to say, Hillary, let me come to you. Is it material for us to say, it's justified when men of God say, let us pray, let us wait, and let us court with a purpose? Because it looks as if today the attention is not on that particular part. People don't date with a purpose. People date with a need, not a purpose. And that need, it's a want, sorry. People date with a want. And that want sometimes pushes them to date even people who don't share the same value system that they do. Pushes them to date people who don't even have the same faith that they have. So long as the person is providing for their want, they are ready to be with the person.
It's because we are beginning to major in the minor things. We are not having deep conversations going into the arrangement of a relationship leading into marriage. It's just like any vision that one would have. Once you set your eye on the end goal, it will guide you. People go into relationship these days without asking the very difficult questions.
Can you share about 2 or 3 with us?
Oh yeah,
Some of the difficult questions.
issues about finances. Even in
The person, your partner's attitude towards money is
Exactly.
important. You should know.
It's very, very essential for you to know how people handle money.
True.
Another thing has to do with conflict resolution.
How do you
How
resolve
do you
issues?
resolve issues when they come up?
It shouldn't be that
Yeah.
When we get to that bridge.
Do they
Get to the
do they
break.
like freshly cooked meals every day?
Exactly.
Very important question.
You need to ask the very difficult questions going in there. So you then appreciate who the person is, what their values are, what their principles are, what they believe in. Because as Christians, we cannot, like what we were discussing earlier, you cannot then want to go and hide behind your cultural beliefs
to
because-
justify.
to justify
You're
your
messing up.
else. No.
It's up. Oh my
So
God.
this is Albert. Albert says, "Good day, colleagues. I believe people cheat because of ingratitude, lack of mutual respect, and I'm sure he wanted to say submission. So, okay, lack of mutual respect and submission. So, ingratitude is a big thing. We talked about it last week, that people are not even grateful for the little that others do for them. If we had this conversation about you could have done better, this thing that you brought, you should have bought me the pink one. I don't like this blue one.
Yeah.
How is it that we are not even taking into cognizance that the person actually bought something?
Okay. For me, if we are in a relationship and okay, let me take it back to this comparison thing. When Lucy was talking about, you made mention of how we shouldn't compare ourselves to people. You don't know what they are facing.
Yeah.
I've done it in the past. I used to compare social media used to give me pressure. So now I have time my social media.
That thing.
I have timed it. I spend 2 or 3 hours on social media. I'm done for the day.
Wow.
Yes, the whole day it's timed. Yes, when the 3 hours is up, I'm done. I'm not going there. They can't give me pressure. Because there was this lady on Facebook who posed as a lawyer. People thought she was a lawyer. That girl gave me pressure. I was like, God, young girl like me, she's a lawyer. What are you doing with your life before? Like, I was asking myself this question.
It is who you are thinking about.
I sleep every night, go like, God. And then I'll go on her page and I will check her out. Hey, the way she carries herself, the way she's traveling, her articulation. I'm like, God.
But you have never seen her win a case before.
But say,
never in court.
say.
Never in court.
So it took one issue on Facebook that doesn't even concern her. And she got exposed on Facebook that she wasn't a lawyer. Ever since she left, like 2-3 years, Neoma Facebook be journey. And I realized that I was way better. So me, I've stopped the comparison. Now, whilst I was there, comparing myself to others, thinking, watching people say, like, hey, you. Me, I'm there. People even think that I'm doing something big for myself. People envy me. I was like, me, you are envying me. Hey, that is when I stopped. Me, I've stopped this comparison.
So the comparison.
No, I'll come back to
the comparison to cheating.
To cheating, I'll come there. So now I've stopped. Now, when I get into a relationship, one thing I don't do well is I don't compare my relationship to other people. That is me. Personally, I am always grateful for the little things because I feel that a lot of thoughts has gone in. I work hard, so I know how hard it is to get money. So if I'm with you and you are working hard and you are getting me the little things, I'm not going to stand there and compare it to. It's important to me. I can tell you that I still have some things my ex got for me because I feel they are precious. I don't throw things away. Even if you're my friend and you get me
inventory and send it to us.
Oh yes, I will. You know, like I if you are my friend, if you're smart, you get me something, a shirt or something. No matter how big I get, no matter how smaller the shirt gets, I will never throw it away. I keep them in my wardrobe. I keep them somewhere because they are very important to me. Because a lot of thought went in
for
somebody to get it.
What accounts for the people being ingrates, or is it okay to even use that one?
Yeah.
So people being ingrates.
It's pressure.
The pressure?
Societal pressure, social media pressure.
Okay.
Everybody wants to prove something. Everybody wants to is it okay?
No, I think it's too close to you. So
Yeah, everybody wants to show something because they've seen something online. This person's boyfriend has tattooed their face. There was this lady on Instagram.
People have tattooed their face?
Yes, Instagram. She had her boyfriend. They were so close. The boy tattooed the girl's face at his back. He later killed the girl.
Was it the Nigerian guy?
No. This is a different. This I think they were Philippines or something.
Filipinos, okay.
Yeah, in America. He killed
the lady.
Yeah, yes. No, those were the relationship goals on Instagram.
There is something called a relationship
goals. Yeah, you know, relationship goals, couple goals, and people
so
are
you
looking
agree?
Up to that.
So you are saying that you agree with what Albert Abram Salmon is saying that people cheat also because of ingratitude.
Ingratitude, yes.
I would like to say something,
Okay.
and this is what I always say: that absolutely nothing justifies cheating. Okay.
Thank
No,
you.
he's not justifying it. He
says people
I believe
cheat
people cheat
because of that is a justification.
Okay.
That because of makes it a justification.
Okay, the message doesn't end there. Let me finish it up so that you come in.
Okay.
It says that I think we don't take our time to know the needs, the concerns, and the desires of people. This is what we struggle
Let
with.
me. I would still want to, because there's a point I want to make, and it buttresses what you just said.
I just said.
Yes. You mentioned ingratitude, respect, and submission, and then you gave an example: somebody having gifted you something, and then you go like, "I should have gotten me the pink one." You see, gratitude is good. Saying thank you to a deed done, or a gift given, or even a pat on the back is good. We all expect that, but and sometimes some of the things that we do, people do not know how to say or do those things. So personally, sometimes I do things overly over time. I would deliberately do it. Let's say, for instance, if you say a statement, I did came to your place yesterday. Like, that's the sentence. Yeah. Oh, I did came to your place yesterday, and I didn't see you. I would rephrase. I'll pick that same sentence, and I go like, "You did come to my place yesterday, and you didn't see me. Oh, I went somewhere." I have corrected you in a deliberate manner. No, what I'm trying to say is that
I was just messing with
yeah, sometimes people do not know how to do these things. People do not even see the relevance for these. But these are also, that is how come we are two different people coming together as a couple. Our attitude, let's say, if I know my weakness, I should find it as a strength in somebody, and that will maybe cheer me on to be with that person. And so with this, we should be deliberate about it. I know how to say thank you, no matter how minute. I know how to overly. This is an example. At the same time, I don't know how to say thank you. And we are opposite.
Yeah.
And saying thank you after I have done something to you means a lot to me, because that would make me want to, do more and show how much I appreciate you. Even if you don't even get me anything, but you wake up in the morning and you give me a kiss. Thanks, honey, for last night. Or thanks, honey, for yesterday. Thanks,
last
love,
night,
for being.
like
it
last
could be
night.
anything.
The husband
It
brought
could-
the
last
previous
night.
night.
Oh,
It could
okay.
be anything. Thanks, dear, for being there always. The person has not done anything, but there are people. Maybe I know. There are people who learn how to be deliberate about it, because I think in a relationship or even in marriage, with this cheating, so even in marriage, our traits rubs on each other. What we do most rubs on each other. If you have done it over time, because there are certain times that you give and people would rubbish it, it hurts. Then communication must come in. We must talk about it, because I have had an example where a friend were like, "Oh, I like, they are sisters," and she confided in the sister that she likes how the boyfriend does things for her, because the boyfriend goes out, buys things, and even sews a dress and all that, and she likes it. But her own doesn't do that. Meanwhile, she would have loved to do those things. And then when the sister confronted, the first sister confronted the guy, they are close, so he confronted the sister's boyfriend. The guy was like, "No, I don't think she will appreciate it." She will go like, "Oh, it's too expensive." No, that's a women's thing.
Yeah.
We do that. No, but you see, that is the person, and that is how you are opposites.
Okay.
So this one strength is the other person's
The need
weakness.
to learn through the correction stage.
Yes.
So what Lucy is saying is that even if you do not appreciate to the latter what has been given you, you must find a way to discuss that probably blue is not my color. The next time you should try a pink. Is that what you're
Because
saying?
sometimes at the time in your relationship, blue was your color, and he's stuck with that. But it has changed over time. You find something else that you love, or maybe this is a shoe that you would love it in a different color, or a shirt. Sometimes it happens. Whatever it is, even if I am saying that, even if the person didn't say the thank you, "Oh, this is so great, it's beautiful, thank you," and it hurts, I think I would have to come and broach the topic with you, who received that this thing that you didn't do or you didn't say. I wasn't too pleased with that. Is there anything I did wrong, or is there anything I didn't get right, or the way you said it, you could have said it better? It's a relationship, it's marriage. I think everything borders on good communication and how you go about.
Well,
I feel it's a long talk. I have bought you a red phone. You not say thing. Me jema dear.
No, do you know what's funny is that sometimes,
Wow.
like even the gift, sometimes it won't kill you to use it. Sometimes you'd have wanted it in another color. But if you wear the blue, you not die.
Ow.
So see, this is my next point. What is the Bible definition of love? It is patient from Christian perspective.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It is kind.
First Corinthians
I like
13.
I like the amplified version. Let's get the amplified
Okay.
Oh, I
version.
have-
It's so beautiful.
Producer, First Corinthians 13.
That's what somebody said.
Lucy says she likes it amplified.
I
She
know.
likes amplified
So,
version.
producer, First Corinthians 13. If we can get in the amplified version,
Yeah.
we'll be glad. But then, Andrew.
So, because of the Bible definition of love, long suffering, patient, slow to anger, you don't want to compromise, but love is compromise. You don't want to sacrifice, but love is sacrifice. If you are not ready for these things, don't jump into a relationship, because there are days where you will be unappreciated and it wasn't intentional, and you cannot do anything about it.
Exactly.
Because probably the person that, let's say, I went and got you cake when I was coming home,
Yeah.
but you've had a long day at work. So when I came, you were lying down. I said, "Oh, babe, I brought you cake." You turn, you look at the cake. I'll eat it tomorrow. Then I feel some way. It doesn't
Exactly.
mean you don't appreciate it.
Exactly.
You are tired.
So I'm sure that maybe when Albert made this comment, I am just assuming he was talking about people who don't really appreciate their partners over a long period
So
of
that's
time.
when you talk about
Yes,
it.
they over a long period of time, because there are partners where they do not appreciate anything somebody
They
does
don't.
for them. They don't at all. They don't appreciate it,
children.
regardless of the number of times you mention it over and over again.
Then that will be your cross to carry.
Yes, they still find a problem with it.
Have I not said it on this show that some things are there? If you can live with it, ignore them. If you can live with it. So if you can live with the fact that I buy things for you, I know you appreciate them, but the way you communicate it is a little difficult for you. You know, there are people that don't know how to talk. They will leave things unsaid until it gets to like the peak where they realize that things are about to explode. Then they'll come and say, "I wanted you to address it, but because you are not addressing it, now me myself have come. So now, like, maybe I've realized that things are not going so well, and I want to know what I've done." If it will not kill you, and you can, because there are people that can live with certain things, people that cannot live with certain things. Somebody can live with somebody who doesn't know how to cook. Somebody can live with somebody who doesn't know how to cook.
Okay, Andrew, a minute. Please move to verse 4 for me. Verse 4. I would need verse 4 on the screen. So, Andrew, you can continue
Okay.
with your
So
submission.
based on what you can live with, there are things Smart will tolerate that maybe I will not tolerate. There are things I will tolerate that Smart will not tolerate. So sometimes, if it will not kill you and you can live with it, see, everybody's afraid of being taken for an idiot, being taken advantage of.
True.
You are not ready for love if that is where you are
Yeah.
at. I don't
Yeah.
think you should get into any relationship,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, your bosses are using you for free at work. That's why you are not complaining. It
No,
is
that
your
one
personal
salary
that you
will
are-
come at the end of
How
the
did
month.
you know?
Are you? They are not paying you what you are worth.
Well, that's a conversation for another day. We are 25 minutes into the hour of 3. You're live on Precious Television. You're with me, Smart Stitching Nixon, and with my good friends in the studio. Andrew is here, Hillary is here, Lucy is also here, and as well, the 4 is in the studio. We've been taking a look at the cultural dynamics of cheating and also how people pick and choose, like Lucy said. As and when it favors them, they shift to being Christians. As and when they are doing the wrong, they say that it is culturally good and all that. And so people do not really have a fine print as to what is the compass they are using for their lives. Is it really the word of God, or is the cultural setting? Is it a belief system that you had in the area you grew up in, or it's actually some principles you developed whilst you are in senior high school? So there is no well-defined compass for some of the people who are living in their relationships. Let's move straight all the way to Kumasi. Reginald says that, "I think we have been culturally destroyed, that when you marry, the guy is responsible for the lady, and it is very bad."
What is wrong with that, please?
So that is Reginald from Pacho.
Well, don't you think we should
okay.
be responsible for each other, and not just the guy being responsible for the
Let
lady?
me move on with some other
Or
messages.
maybe you would
We'll
want to
address
find
it.
out.
Yes, we'll address
Maybe
it.
talking
Is it part
about
of the
financial-
topic?
Yeah,
We shouldn't digress
don't
from
worry,
our
don't
topic.
worry. So 1 Corinthians 13:4 is on the screen. Says, "Love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful, and is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag and is not proud or arrogant."
Arrogant.
So in there we have patience. Can I have the scripture back? Endurance. We have patience. We have kindness. We have
Serenity.
thoughtfulness. not being envious,
Humility.
not being jealous,
Why is humility?
not bragging,
Serenity.
and not
No, I
bragging,
said humility,
not bragging,
not being
not
proud.
bragging, not being proud, and not being
humility.
arrogant.
Oh, okay.
All are in there. So if you love your partner, these things should guide you. Let's move all the way to this. Good afternoon, Precious TV. I am watching you from Volta region. I am a victim of your conversation today. My wife to be left me a month ago because I couldn't afford a 300 Ghana cedis she requested.
A wife to be.
Yeah, wife to be.
300 cities.
Yeah.
What
We
was
have
your
been.
phone?
So let me finish. More acid. You will give the advice, but please give me just a minute to read out the message. It says that we have been together for 8 years. Hey,
Reading you.
let me take from the top. Good afternoon, Precious TV. I'm watching you from Volta region. I'm a victim of your conversation today. My wife to be left me a month ago because I couldn't afford a 300 Ghana cedis she requested. We have been together for 8 years now with a 7-year-old girl. And the mom refused to settle peace among us. I supported her level of education. But now she doesn't need me because I couldn't help her with 300 Ghana cedis, which I don't understand. I need some advice, please. My name is David. Well, David, because the information given us on the show is not detailed enough, because I'm sure we don't even know what exactly the 300 Ghana cedis was for. And also, I don't think you should be fighting over 300 Ghana cedis if you've been together for 8 years. Whatever the problem that the mom is refusing to settle amongst you guys, we don't have that information presently. So from where we sit as a team, unless someone else looking at the message can take it from a different angle. Anyone on the table?
I wanted to take it from a different angle, but
Right.
till I saw that he because I wanted to say that Volta 8 years,
Yes, 7-year-old girl.
300 Ghana,
Yes.
and she left.
He supported her
Yeah,
education.
until you kept reading, and I saw he supported her education.
All right, David.
I can't take it.
I'm
from
sure
any
maybe
angle.
he
I don't want to advise.
can talk to the producer. I will connect him to a counselor.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a quick
to
statement
address
make.
this
And
issue.
this is in no way me advising him,
Okay.
but this is just a general statement. I feel like people should know who to marry and who is using you. Somebody comes into your life. Maybe they came into your life because of a particular reason. You don't marry everybody that comes into your life. You don't date everybody that comes into your life. Some people are meant to be friends. Some people are meant to be colleagues. Some people are meant to be acquaintances. Because at the end of the day, I can only show you what I want you to see.
Yeah.
You understand me? So, the moment somebody outgrows your usefulness, they start to act a certain way towards you. And you don't understand. And you start thinking that it is you doing something that is inadequate. But it has nothing to do with you. The person has just outgrown your usefulness. They don't need you the way you thought that they need you anymore.
Yeah.
So let's learn.
But hold on. Should that be encouraged? Because I think that, no. I get you. I hear you. Should we encourage the fact that somebody can confidently say they have outgrown you?
But
Smart.
won't you be glad
Or
they tell
This
you?
life is about
Being-
interests.
I get you. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm asking whether it should be encouraged, because this couple have been together for 8 years.
No, I'm not talking about them in particular. So that
Okay.
That's why
it
he
doesn't
said
be
he's
like,
not advising.
Oh, you
He's
are-
making
no.
a general
statement.
I'm not in any
Oh,
capacity to
then
advise.
that's fine.
No.
He said he's making a
Then
general
that's
I said I'm
fine.
making
I
a
thought it was
general.
in connection.
No. Not at all.
He said
I was
Alright.
making a general statement.
All right.
Reason being is that somebody always comes to your house, probably because your mom makes food in the afternoon all the time.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
make them your friend.
The area boys we grew up with.
So now you go around thinking that this is my friend, and then now they do something to you, and you are shocked. But I thought we were cool. And for them, they are like, but I was
When
only
It's your
eating.
mom that cooks that
I was
we
only
come
eating
to.
your house in the afternoon because in the afternoons I don't have food.
Wenya.
Yeah.
02034387110. We are taking your comment on that particular WhatsApp line. 02034387110.
I want to advise. I want to
know the
advise the
roles
guy.
we play in
Let me
people's lives.
finish a few messages, but
okay.
I will let you come in here. Enoch from Sampa again says that One cause of cheating in relationship is due to past experiences one of the partners has. I think the Apostle Francis referred to this as people who have had different sexual partners in their past relationships.
Yeah.
The tendency of they going back. That
is your explanation per the apostles, because how I also derive from is that people that have been hurt,
like I mentioned, that people are afraid of being hurt again. Yes.
Okay, they are bleeding on other people.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone else cuts them, but they are bleeding on other people.
They carry over the experience from another relationship.
Yeah.
So imagine you have somebody who, before you started dating them, they keep telling you that, well, me, I used to just have several people around me. They are not really dating me, but
you like to keep them around.
Yeah. The moment you get into a relationship with the person, with the information that you have, you will never fully trust this person, because they've told you that, hey, me, I like to keep people around. You understand me? Yeah.
Good afternoon. This is Prince from Sunyani. I think the main cause of cheating is dissatisfaction. Well, that's Prince. When one is not satisfied with the partner, it leads to cheating. Even cheating in the Bible on the side of David was as a result of dissatisfaction. Hey, also for cop. And that's something that almost everyone faces. We must learn to be content with ourselves and partners as we contend for the future. A Christian must grow in the scriptures so that they can believe in God. It's only the scriptures that can get us satisfied with ourselves and our partners, both married and would-be. The reason why, Prince, this is from me. I don't know what my other friends would say. I think that dissatisfaction is a kicker in relationships. So you cannot love somebody and expect the person to remain the same. Being content also doesn't mean people should not push for more.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who always feel like, this is how I am. Take me like that.
I know. Take it or leave it.
Someone can grow very, very dissatisfied with that behavior, because over the years, I'm trying to help you grow. I'm trying to help you develop, but you feel like, no, me where I am okay. I'm comfortable. This is my comfort zone. That is also a little bit problematic, because if I'm not satisfied with you, it would mean that in the near future, I wouldn't be satisfied having you next to me, walking into events, and stuff like that. I'm telling you to change your dressing. You are not changing it. I can get dissatisfied with that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I don't like the way you talk to me in public. You are not changing. I can get dissatisfied with that. There are a lot of things that can contribute to, but I like the fact that he mentioned that being content in there. Contentment is good, but people should also strive to grow, because even scripture says in Luke 2:52 that Jesus grew in wisdom, in stature, and also in favor with God and man. And so we must always have that mind of Christ, where we tend to grow by the day. It's very, very important. Else, if you do not grow, I believe strongly somebody can get tired of you and can be very, very dissatisfied. Good afternoon, Smart. God bless you and your team. I believe the stereotypes about the various tribes are there.
Yeah.
However, if you meet Christians who have refused to be transformed by the word of God, you will sometimes see these stereotypes playing out in their lives.
Yes.
I think this is very, 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 very interesting point. In fact, I know a pastor who manifests his fancy men's stinginess. Hey!
Yeah, in
This is the point.
Smart.
This is the point I stopped reading.
You've gotten to that break.
I've stopped reading. By way of advertisement, please. I'm a very tall fat man. I don't see stinginess in my life anyway. But he continues to say that every man, male or female, has the tendency to be evil. So that's what, like Andrew was saying.
Evil.
Everyone has the tendency.
Evil.
He said male or female.
You know,
No,
there's this popular saying in
If
Chinese.
Now, if
Let me translate it in English.
Hold on.
say it in Chinese first.
No. I want
Let
to
me finish my message. Let me finish my message.
It says men will leave you on the desert with no water.
And women will put you in a boat and pierce the boat. Who would have believed that David, who refused to kill Saul, could take someone's wife and kill their husband? So the tendency of doing evil is there. We all have the tendency to do
Very
evil,
true.
from pastors to members. So far as you are man, it is only total submission to Christ that can save us.
True.
You didn't give us your name. This is a fantastic message.
Yeah.
And we really, really, really
appreciate
this
takes a
message.
God-fearing man and discipline.
Now-
because men are wicked.
No, his context of man is
Some
It's a
men,
male
some
or
men.
female.
Yeah.
Male or
Not just
female.
It's
When we are doing these statements,
If
let's not generalize.
If I
Some
beg
men.
you.
Some
We'll be
men.
jumping on the phone lines very soon. I'll be opening the phone lines very soon. But Obi says that man can take a lady who has nothing. Oh. Man, we can take a lady who has nothing.
Some women can also
And
take
no
a man
problem
who
with
have
that. But
nothing.
it is a problem when a lady dates a man who is working but doesn't have anything. Proverbs 31 verse 3.
How can
Give
you
not
not
thy
know?
strength unto women,
Thou said the
nor
Lord.
thy ways to that which destroyed kings. Our eyes are open now, so we move.
Really,
Also-
really.
also-
He's
also-
interpreting that
Is this
scripture.
the Obi cameraman?
Hey.
Obi. Are you the one texting the show?
Even
Are you
the
sure?
Bible verse is used to buttress his point.
Well, it's quite somewhere.
Yeah.
They said you
Well,
should
good
not give
afternoon
your what? Your strength and
to
your
women.
waist. And your waist what?
No,
your
thy
No,
ways.
there's no waste
Not
to
waist.
your ways.
Your waist.
Your waist.
Yeah.
Mm.
What
I
kind?
heard,
What kind?
I heard thy waist.
No,
Dabi,
no.
Dabi.
Ways.
No.
The Bible doesn't address
Let
anybody's
your
waist.
mind- Let this mind be in you as it was
Thank
in
you.
Christ Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
Everything good, everything beneficial,
Yes.
everything kind.
Let us
If
brood
there
on
be
these
any
things.
Philippians 4:8.
Eight,
I beg
yeah.
you. Good afternoon. I'm Edward watching live from Mafi Kumasi. Oh, great. I'm not saying men should cheat. But I think the reason why people say it is easy and normal for a man to cheat is that men are like the electric bulb. Immediately I press the switch, the light is on. Whilst women are like electric iron, which takes time to heat. You have not met all women. So it makes it look as if men like cheating. And I think this is why it is weird for women to cheat. It's high time we learn the difference between love and lust. Let me take my last two messages, then we can jump on the phone lines. Hello, I'm Felicia from Takrade. I am a victim of this. So I broke up with my guy because he was always cheating. The key word is always. I caught him, and he said that his mother said she wanted an Inzima lady.
Hey.
Now, the lady he has been cheating with too is an Inzima lady. So this issue is killing us, the youth, these days. My name is Rex from Weja in Accra. Reasons why women or men may cheat. They are not happy in the relationship, for sexual satisfaction, especially the women, and to pay back someone. Well, we'll jump on the phone lines right now. 020-710,001. 020-710,001. The phone lines are open. Join us on the phone. Let's hear your contribution. Hillary, the people that tell their kids marry from a particular tribe. Oh, Lucy, you want to take the wind out of his
I wanted to say something.
said-
Alright.
I want to
Okay.
say something.
Okay, please
Honestly,
do, please
Hillary, I'm sorry, but you come in.
show?
The Bible tells us that we should, you see, when Bible says we should obey our parents in the Lord, I think the key point here is in the Lord. And it is that I wanted to make a comment pertaining to the question that Smarts mentioned to Hillary. We are Christians. And one guy says that people that have not been
Transformed by the word of God.
So it is good for us as children to listen to our parents. But the question we should ask is it
In
in
the
the Lord? That is the key. We overlook that part because anytime it has got to do with relationships, settling with somebody from a different tribe, it is our parents that come up with their reasons why we shouldn't be with A, B, or C. But if we are Christians, the question is it in the Lord? If you are a Christian, it is good to obey your parents when he says, Kojo, go buy me akpeteshi. Is it in the Lord? Buy me weed. Is it in the Lord? Take more than when you are with your wife. Be with other women you can't trust. Is it in the Lord? I think that is a question we should always ask because this has been... People will go like, even how do you call it? Abraham, is it Rebecca? One of the Abraham went to look for a wife from the wife's tribe for the son Isaac.
Yeah.
You know, and that is what people use to buttress all these things. So it is good to listen for us to listen to our parents. But I think when we have attained the age to want to settle or be with somebody, and we are Christians or whatever religion we belong to. But me, I come from the Christian side, and we are Christians. We should look out for certain key things that it is not that you are disrespecting your parents.
But we should be more concerned about the individual coming into our lives, whether that person has been transformed by the word of God.
Yes.
Their total submission
and what's
in
really
Christ,
what,
and not necessarily the tribe.
Basically, what your parents are saying. What does the Bible say about it?
Honestly, I know people who have actually listened to this advice, and it didn't end well with them.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Let's jump on the phone lines right now. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good afternoon. I'm Prince.
Okay, Prince. Let's hear you, Prince.
First of all, I'm the one who talks about the satisfaction.
Okay, Prince. Yes, I'm from Sunyani.
It was, The use of the word, I think I didn't use that appropriate word.
Okay.
And that is why I said content and content.
Content for the future.
So as we are content with the state now, we content move forward. So maybe there might be certain things about that partner which might not be good now. As we are moving on, we keep on contending through corrections and other means so that we can progress.
Wow.
Now to the Bible. As other people are saying that it is not really stated, or God didn't make it a commandment, that man should marry one.
One, yeah.
There's nowhere in the Bible stated actually or prescribing that this is what we should marry. It was Paul who came out, give us a prescription. But we should know that from the Old Testament, there is no one who had a polygamous marriage who ever knew peace in their life. From Abraham, the reason why the world has never known peace is because of Isaac and Ishmael.
Thank you.
As from that, when you get to David, the battle in David's house was as a result of polygamy. Lamech said the same thing in the book of Genesis, and it was because of polygamy. And it has progressed until our days. Even in the olden days, when our fathers had many wives, that was the reason why we had these things where a mother will advise the son, don't talk to this. I don't talk to that person because it is another woman's son or another woman's
children.
That has brought about a whole lot of conflict. So I think if you're a man and you want peace, then you should marry one. That's why Paul says, right? You should marry one. So that is the main thing. So don't justify polygamy with Bible and say that, well, Abraham did this and Solomon did that. You should ask yourself, what was the result of what they did? And if the result was good and you think you can move on and be polygamous. And I think when you're reaping your fruit, I don't think you should blame anyone.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Prince. A round of applause for Prince.
Thank you.
Wow.
Polygamous entity done for the
Wow. So this is Prince from Sunyani. Very, very good juxtaposition there. It's very, 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 very good. Trust me. I like the angle from which you took it. I think we have another caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello? Okay, I think we lost the caller. Priscilla from Nigeria, thank you so much for sending in your message. Priscilla is asking, is there still something like seeking God's will to choose who to marry among the youth nowadays? Or has it gone extinct? Let me just go around the table quickly. Do you think most of the youth seek God's will?
Yes.
Lucy?
They do.
I think this is...
Most of them, do you think they do?
No.
I do. I pray.
Most. Like what you said
it
is
was most.
Like, so
I am asking.
Yes.
Do you
if
think
you're
most of
asking,
them?
no, I don't think so.
Hillary?
No.
What do you think is wrong?
The focus.
Your focus, yes. Andrew?
I think we are more focused on the way we feel than what's actually right for us.
Sometimes it will be absurd. These days, it's not even the way we feel.
I
In society.
talk about our parents.
True.
You want to chip that in? Because we are wrapping up on the phone call. So
but Hillary had to say something and I jumped in.
Lucy, please say
no,
something.
I'm done. So
You hit the nail on the head, yes.
So we don't need to go back to that. All right, so David, thank you so much. We have received your message. Your number has been taken. I'll forward it to the producer. We'll find you a counselor. We don't think you should lose your 8-year relationship. If a counselor can really help you through the process, they should, to help you make an informed decision with what you're facing presently. So your number has been taken. We'll reach out to you after the show. Yes, you will get over this depression. It won't take the best part of you. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm William.
Please, your name again?
I'm William.
Junior. William. Okay, William, let's hear you, sir. William, could you please turn down the volume on your TV set?
All right. What I want to say is that the youth, we should be patient when choosing a partner.
Okay.
Because life itself is a calling. And the person who is coming into your life is like an assistant pastor. If the person doesn't have the same calling to be with you, the beginning may seem right, but in the future it won't go well. When I was going to marry, I remember Bishop Maggie was known that he prayed 1,000 hours to choose his partner. So I decided that, okay, I cannot do 1,000. I'm going to do 100.
Okay.
And I remember I'll go on waiting on God 3 days praying. After that, I have not met any lady.
Wow.
But on the 88th hour, a friend of mine decided that he was also been waiting on God. And he decided to just join me on the last day. Then he said, Lady William, a friend just called me. If not that she has a beloved, I will be her beloved. And I said, why don't you link us? That is how come today I'm married.
Wow. Hi, beloved.
Wow.
And we are happy.
88th hour.
William. That's what
We are happy.
Also, we are happy.
Okay.
So God, prayer still works.
Yeah, it does.
God still answers prayers.
God of 1159.
You are a child of God, do it God's way.
Okay. All right.
Unless you want to live your life anyhow.
Wow.
Thank God for your
Thank
beloved.
you very much.
Thank you so much, William. The 88th hour is working. It may not be 1,000 hours, but it was 100 hours. He didn't get to 100. Just at the 88th hour, God sent a beloved. Producer, let's close in the phone lines right now and jump straight into the promo of the upcoming stage play, I Want a Divorce. We have the team in the studio, even though the producer is in the host seat, so I can't speak much about it. But thank you so much, producer, for the work you're doing back there. We've received all the messages, and to all the back-end team, the phone calls that came in from Prince and now to William. Wonderful submissions that we have had on the phone today. And thank you so much for being a part of the show. We are not done yet. On Sunday, something is happening. Hillary.
Smart.
Yes, your T-shirt says...
Oh, it says I want a divorce.
Why so?
I want one of the t-shirts. Maybe I don't want a divorce.
I want the T-shirts.
Yeah. So on Sunday, like you rightly mentioned, at 6 p.m. we'll be staging a play here at the Perez Dome. It's titled I Want a Divorce. We want to highlight some of the relationship issues that are coming up in recent times that some have pushed certain couples to be divorced and others also on the tangent of the 2021 population and housing census that was conducted pegs the figure for those who have been divorced at 553,000.
Wow.
Yeah, and also those who are separated yet to be divorced at about 405,000.
But you know, we were having this conversation, Lucy, and so when we looked at the figures, I think we were discussing amongst the three of us. We were saying that how is it that the percentage of the divorced people are females? Does it mean that the men quickly remarry?
Yeah, I think.
And the women, they don't see the need to remarry again?
Yes.
Yeah.
That you think that's why the percentage of the females who are
yes.
divorced are?
Yes, because usually this has been it. When there are divorces and especially when there are children involved, you know, the men just can easily move on because more often than not, the children are with the women. And so they concentrate on taking care of the children. That really makes them not move on to another marriage yet. And then the men are
For me, I don't think it's because of the children. The moment a woman
Only, or
I don't think
there
it's
are
not.
other
Yeah,
factors?
there are other factors.
Okay, so you don't think it's just the children?
Just the children. The moment a woman comes out of marriage, they don't want to get into another one because
Not all of them.
Not
Most
some
of them,
women.
yeah.
Most women, they don't want the same wahala. It's like freedom for them.
Okay,
they were
so
in
they
the
wouldn't even
They
go
wouldn't.
into it again.
Yeah, because the whole process and it's tedious, man.
It's tedious. Well, let's take a look at some of the videos from previous productions or even the upcoming production.
Okay.
So if the production
I'm
team
excited
is
about
ready,
it.
please take a look at this particular video.
I'm
Auntie paid for my gown. My colleagues at work paid for the reception drinks. And even my sister.
Yes, there you go again. There you go again. My friends, my
What's the meaning
colleagues,
of this?
my sister, my auntie. Frema, I am asking you in particular, what exactly did you pay for?
Really?
Yes, all you ever did. You jump on Instagram, you jump on TikTok, you send me videos. Babe, I want our wedding to look like this. Hashtag Frepa. Hashtag Frepa. Meanwhile, my name is Jefta and you are Frema. Where is the Frepa coming from?
Chef.
In the first year of our marriage,
Also, they can be.
sex twice or 3 times a day. And if I'm not lucky, 6 times. This man is always following me around. Unless he doesn't see me bending to pick remote from the floor. He's just poking me like this.
Oh yeah.
What kind of life is that? The very day I was discharged to bring my daughter home from the hospital, the day I delivered, that day in bed at dawn, was already asking me for sex. Unless we are not in church, the church washroom, if I don't get up, constantly disturbing my life with sex. What kind of person is this? Even his friends call him out to my
I did not know that there was a limitation on sex in marriage. The pastor told me that her body belongs to me and my body belongs to her. I am not a sex addict. But if I demand for sex, I must get it. Or else I will look elsewhere. I will look elsewhere. I want a divorce.
Mr. Atopapele, you too. And now let me educate you. Marriage without sex can be cataclysmic. So have sex while you can. You may go.
So let's come back to the studio. I saw Lucy try to sit upright when the gentleman said he doesn't think that there was a limitation on sex in marriage.
I will say this again to our ladies out there. In all things that drives us to want to settle, please let's marry considerate men.
Considerate men.
Yes.
Because what you are seeing, you foresee what will happen on Sunday. That's very interesting. So this is just is an excerpt of what we are going to see on Sunday at the Perez Dome. The assistant producer Andrew is here, so Andrew, a few words about the upcoming statement.
Beautiful.
So again, I think that's the writer, my boss over here, Smart. He's decided to focus on marriage because he's entered marriage fresh. So I think what he's doing is like a get ready with me. He's taking us along on the journey. So these stories don't necessarily So that's what I'm coming to. These stories don't necessarily reflect what is happening in his life, but he's trying to navigate the waters with us to show us in real time what is actually happening, not just in his life. He has friends, he knows people, and we all have friends and we all hear things. So we are discussing issues that on a normal day they won't tell us. I always say something. I say we see the matching outfits that couples bring to church. We don't see the arguments they had in the car before they got down. You understand me? So these are the things that we are trying to address. Some of the things that go unspoken. Some of the things that people don't address. And for men especially, when they are going through things, usually there's no avenue. Like if your wife is beating you, who do you go and tell? And what would you even look like? You understand? If something is happening in the house and you don't want to paint your partner black, so you don't want to go and air your partner's dirty linen in public. So then now you are stuck with, what do I do? What do I do? You understand? So these are the things that we are trying to address. Some of the things that people don't address. And for men especially, when they are going through things, usually there's no avenue. Like if your wife is beating you, who do you go and tell? And what would you even look like? You understand? then you are sitting outside and you are always brooding over it. You are always thinking about it. Before you see, you fall into a state of depression because there's nobody to speak to. These are some of the things that we are addressing.
All right, producer. So I think that we'll take some other videos. However, I wanted to pick the thoughts of the ladies on their complaints being leveled against the husband in the counseling room.
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yes. When you find, well, I like the word that Lucy used. I've never heard it before. I mean that expression. Considerate men.
Yeah.
So if you find someone who is insatiable sexually,
yeah.
How would you navigate something like that?
Oh, okay. First of all, me and Kasa, I'm not that satiable.
Hey.
Yeah, you've met your meter. Secondly,
wait. Sorry,
secondly.
No, my headphones were not working. Can you repeat yourself? Oh, I couldn't hear you.
It's like radio. It's very
no,
fleeting.
seriously, I couldn't hear you.
It's fleeting. Yes,
Secondly, that should not make you think that you are entitled to my body.
Okay.
My body is mine, not yours. The fact that we love doing it doesn't mean that you get up and you want to show body.
That's not what the pastor said.
No, that's what the man said.
So these are some of the things that are causing a lot of the confusion.
So like, listen, be considerate. We both like it, but my body is not yours. It's mine. Don't be entitled to it. It is mine and mine alone. You know, the fact that we both, are insatiable.
You know, this story is actually about an investment consultant and also a banker. An investment consultant is the gentleman. The banker is the lady.
What time I wish is the show?
6 p.m. on Sunday.
6 p.m.
It's at 6 p.m.
I would like to say something.
Okay.
In marriage,
the
man's body is not his.
No.
And the woman's body is not hers.
It's not hers, yeah.
Okay.
In marriage.
Yeah, in marriage.
Yes.
It belongs to
the
both of them.
The man's body is not his.
Yeah.
And the woman's body is not his.
his.
It is one of these reasons that when a woman with a long hair decides to do short hair, sometimes they ask, have you asked your husband? Because sometimes there are certain things, certain traits. Some may say it, others may not say it. That actually made them to come from.
I love my wife in a short hair.
Isn't yours in marriage.
Physique, stature.
For me, if my wife wears a short hair,
isn't yours. In marriage, your body isn't yours. But you can have an insatiable man in a marriage situation who is considerate. In the sense that the lady said, the day I brought my daughter home,
he was poking me
for sex. And you see, when the Bible says, treat your wife like you would your body, I wanted the man to ask, if it were him, forget about labor. If he had even been sick and hospitalized and has been discharged that day and recovering, and he comes on and the woman is demanding for sex, how would he feel? That is the thing. So in as much as your body isn't yours, your wife's body isn't hers, but you treat her body like you would treat yours, because you are the one that feels the pinch and the pains of what you go through.
So ladies and gentlemen, on Sunday at 6 p.m. it's just one show. The details are on your screens right now. It's just one show. You can grab your ticket on *713 *33 *814 #. I take it again. To grab your ticket, you can dial *713 *33 *814 #. Andrew, that single ticket goes for
50 CDs.
The
double for 80 VIP.
Double, is it someone and the partner?
You can come with a friend.
Okay.
They don't necessarily have to be your partner.
So it's not couple.
So Lucy and Efua can buy a double ticket.
Oh,
and
okay.
Come.
Okay. So two friends can get a double ticket.
I can come with Lucy.
You can come with Lucy.
Hillary can come with Efua.
You can come with Lucy.
I can come along with Lucy.
What are the time of the show? 6 o'clock.
6 p.m.
I'll be at 3. I'll the chest.
And then the VIP ticket is 100 CDs. When you get a VIP ticket, you get popcorn, water, and a drink. You sit in the first 3 rows.
Wow.
Hey.
Yes.
For only 100 Ghana cedis.
Only 100 CDs.
Hey, then the producer is doing well.
He's doing so well. So well.
Okay, so it's going to be an interesting evening. I am the writer, producer, and also starring in the play.
Champion.
Is Talinana. Hey,
you are a tall, fancy man.
I'm a tall, fancy man.
And the stingy one too.
Yes.
But no disclaimer, he's not stingy.
I'm not stingy. These are the words of Lucy. God bless yourself.
Amen.
But then again, this is primarily because there are certain issues that are happening in marriages today. And I don't know why. I think I was on TV yesterday. And the host said, Why is it that all your write-ups are towards relationship, marriage? Because I remember our first production was When Will You Marry Me? The second one was The Wedding Night. And we just saw excerpts of it. I don't know if you have another excerpt for us to watch from The Wedding Night.
Oh, we finish. We'll do Ask the Counselors.
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
The first one was what?
When Will You Marry Me?
When Will You Marry? The second one was what?
The Wedding Night.
And then the third one is what?
Like Andrew said, every stage.
Oh, is it a series at this point?
So the next one will be the Ask the Counselors, where the counselors will be dealing with it.
Hey.
You know, it's not a series, but I think that most people think that it's a sequel. Okay. However, if you watch them, you don't see even the connect.
Oh, okay.
It's not a sequel. It's not a series. It's just that the titles are interlaced some way, somehow.
But so he's taking us through his process. So
yes. So we are trying to look at the different stages in a marriage from the beginning up until yes.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is by way of introduction. Thank you so much, Hillary, for passing through. Chief of Operations for STN Media Consultant. Andrew, assistant producer at STN Media Consult. Lucy, you're going to be there with F4.
Yeah.
F4. You said you'll be at 3. On Sunday, bring a red bandana. Or you prefer the orange one?
Red, I have black.
Interesting. The conversation today was centered around the cheating pandemic that we're experiencing. A new wave, Apostle Francis likes to call it. He likes to host the show with a nose mask when he discusses cheating.
Oh, wow.
He refers to it as a pandemic. I think that it is a very, very interesting thing to note. In the studios today was Lucy, was Efua, was Hillary, and Andrew. My name, ladies and gentlemen, is Smart Teacher Nixon. If all things go well, as Christ deems it, we would see you on Sunday at the Perez Dome, Jolo Junction in Accra. The time is 6 p.m. and the tickets are going for 50 cedis single, 80 Ghana cedis double, 100 Ghana cedis VIP. It's just one show. We are not doing 4 p.m., 8 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m. No. We are doing just one show. You come early, we get seated. We are thrilled with an exciting experience. It will be a place of laughter and lessons. And so come, let's learn and go back home fortified for the task ahead. It was Smart Teacher Nixon on your TV, Precious TV, on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for being our viewers. And we'll say bye-bye for now. Have a great afternoon.
I want tickets.
Oh, Madam Mo.
We always have tickets.
Oh, you can
VIP
listen.
ticket.
You can listen. You can listen.
Oh, you want VIP? Bro, what VIP will have?
I bet want me bag more.
That money to settle this guy. You think I didn't see the envelope? So, Jeff, just 2,000 cedis and you are here complaining bitterly. Even the fat envelope Honorable gave us. And even use that money to settle this guy. You think I didn't see the envelope?
So when the wedding was going on, instead of you to focus on the recital of the vow, you were looking at the monies that they were giving. Oh, Freeman.
What were you expecting me to look at? The thing, Ankasa, they told me. My grandmother advised me. She said, fancy men are very stingy. But I never believed it. Yes. We dated for 2 good years.
You guys got married.
We dated for 2 good years. I never realized it. I'm only surprised that it's taken us 10 minutes in this marriage for me to realize how stingy
Frema,
you are.
you will take that word back.
I won't.
Which fatty man is stingy in this life?
The tall ones.